Alright, welcome to another live stream. So I'm Ken Marlin, the Windows champ, and thank you guys for joining my live stream. We'll give it some time for people to hop in and start asking questions. I want to take this opportunity to do a live stream and give you guys an opportunity to ask questions, with me live. I wasn't around on the actual launch of Windows 11 IoT, so I want to talk about what went down that week. That was a big deal. Big launch of the new Windows 11 IoT Enterprise LTSC 2024. Super long name for a Microsoft product, right? So I'll probably just say Windows 11 LTSC. But, I can talk about some of this stuff a little bit more now since it's launched. And so I wanted to do a live stream and basically let you guys know how that launch went and let you know some of the things that went on in the background there around the product that we've been working through, just to make you aware of on the new 11 LTSC. So for starters, the launch was on May 22nd. I ironically had scheduled a cruise 2 years before that date. So that was already, paid for and booked and scheduled and everything. And so the date had actually slipped one time before. I think it was supposed to be back in April, and it got pushed out till May 22nd. So ultimately, I had to, pre-record some of my YouTube videos, and I had to do those in a rush, ironically, and then have those scheduled to go out when I was on a cruise ship. So it was an interesting launch. It did go really well. We had the issues with obviously having inventory on the stickers, and also not being able to actually start selling the product until June 1st. And so, we followed all the rules that Microsoft has, and so we couldn't really sell any of the licenses till June 1st. Got a lot of orders in, and then we're working on inventory, which we've got some inventory now. So, but that's kind of normal for a launch of a new product, right? I think the difference here was that our OEM customers have been waiting for this product for a year and a half, 2 years. And there was a preview version that they had been testing with for at least a year. So there was some expectation that when this product went live, that people were going to go after it. And the truth is, they still had to get their hands on the real product and a real key and start their testing. It's nice to test on a preview or an eval, but you really have to get the real thing in order to do your real testing. And so there's some delay there for some OEM customers. But overall, very successful launch, very successful product. It's actually a fantastic product. And the difference, I would think, is it's based on build 24H2, which, for the Windows 11 family, they've had years to prepare for this. So this is a really good place to launch an LTSC version of Windows 11. So it's a super solid product. I think some of the differences had to do, obviously, with the secure boot and the TPM, and some of those optional features, the AI Copilot. There were a lot of questions that we couldn't really answer because it was NDA and we had to wait for the product to launch. And so, I created those videos and out they went. And so I got a lot of comments on my videos, which we had some fun comments, which we'll throw up on the screen here in a minute and answer some of the most common questions that ended up on the YouTube channel. But 11 LTSC is absolutely available. And we will have inventory on the COA sticker licenses. And if you're an OEM with a CLA agreement, you can contact us via, right down here. And we can get you a quote. We can get you going. If you don't have an agreement and you are an OEM that makes appliances, again, reach out to us. We can help you through the agreement. Get you started testing with the brand new 11 LTSC 2024 product. So let's talk about. I want to talk about the AI Copilot part. So, for 2 years, definitely the last year, we were told that AI Copilot was not going to be part of the product. And there's various reasons for that. Most of our OEM customers want the most stripped down version. They don't want all of these added extra things. And for an appliance, having an AI Copilot, in many cases, doesn't make sense. There actually are some scenarios where it does make sense. and even I was thinking of even like a fast food kiosk with an avatar person, or a self-service kiosk with an avatar person that you could ask questions to. Having an AI copilot in the background would be fantastic. But for a majority of a lot of appliances, it doesn't, and so most OEMs did not want it. But ironically, when the real product was released and OEMs started downloading it and installing it, including myself, when I installed it, the initial install does not have it, but we had some customers, including myself, where once you ran Windows Update, AI Copilot showed up. So we had to let Microsoft know about that, and they did rush out and fix that. And so if you're a customer who did those early installs and had an early update, you probably want to start over, because if you install it now, that update will not happen. But if you got that update, you have to kind of go in and manually remove the AI Copilot. And for those that want it, it shows that there are ways to add it. But for the most part, if you're going to use AI Copilot, you would not use the LTSC version. You would use the GAC version, which would have the AI Copilot. So for that self-service kiosk, you would use the GAC version. Or you could work to make the LTSC version work with AI Copilot. But again, by default, it's not going to be there. So just be aware of that. What was the other issue? I'm trying to think. The other issue we had was there were some customers that had that when they went to install it, it still wanted secure boot. That was a strange thing. Most people didn't see that. I didn't see that either. So if you see that it's wanting that, let us know. But ultimately, it should not need secure boot enabled or the TPM chip. And that's one of the things in my video. I actually called the TPM the threat protection module, and it's the trusted platform module. And we'll talk about that when I show you in the comments later. But I'm so used to talking about security and the threat protection that I did use the wrong acronym for the trusted platform module. Make sure you're putting some questions in there. Yeah, I see a few people now. Sorry, I didn't look over there. So Dan and Iker, thanks for popping in. Yeah. Requested. Yeah, it had to be. It's got to be the most requested product we've had. I mean, there's so many people. I mean, I've had 5 people a day want to download that eval to test it out. Right now, as we'll go into with some of the comments on the YouTube channel, a lot of people are kind of confused around how to buy the product and how to get their hands on it and whether they qualify. We'll talk about that when I throw up some of the comments on some of the videos that got put out there. And then Dan, yeah, awesome, thanks Dan. So let's jump into some of the comments on the videos. So I had 3 videos that went out that were pre-recorded. I had to rush to do them, and you'll see from some of the comments that I had some issues with the audio. So that's not common for my channel, and it was strange. I was having some really bad echoing with the microphone, and I messed with the OBS Studio a ton. And it's not to think that I'm not, I'm a newbie or something on this. I've recorded hundreds of videos on my channel. I know I'm over 100 videos. But for some reason, I just struggled with it that day, and I had to get those done. And so I went with it, and I paid the price here. There's a comment there. Also, the room I was in was much smaller. I've actually just changed rooms to a bigger room. You can see I just moved into a different room here in my home. So my office is a little bigger. I still need to get some sound foam on the walls, but hopefully the audio sounds fine here. Let's see what the next one was. Oh yeah, this one was hilarious. Yeah. And it's I totally understand that. And I did comment to the guy, yep, you're right, dude. I should fix the sound on those. But I was ready to go on that cruise and get those videos cranked out. So moving forward, microphone is good. And the videos I will not upload a video unless it has good audio. So we'll touch base on probably the most common. I actually got a lot of comments on these videos, which it was fantastic. And so, but obviously I have a lot of people that are subscribed and watch the channel now that are not OEMs. They're just home users. They're just people at home. And they found out all about Windows LTSC or IoT LTSC and stumbled on my videos. So Instead of clickbait, why didn't you begin your video with a caveat that meaning 99% of your YouTube viewers can't use this wonderful OS on their home system? So, yeah, I mean, I've been doing this channel for 10 years, and I would think if you watched any of the other videos, all the videos are just directed directly at OEMs that build appliances. I know in most of my videos, I even start with that. So maybe on these, yeah, maybe I should have just started with it. You know, this is not for home users. This is for IoT. If you're a home user, don't watch this video, but now that's YouTube for you. But it's true. These products are not for home users. They are strictly for OEMs that build appliances. So not for home users. I did get a lot of these. So let's look at the next one. Is it possible to let us know the price and where we can buy it? So yeah, number one question is, how can I buy it? And it's true. Microsoft doesn't promote the IoT products out there that well, and on purpose, honestly, because they're not trying to promote these for home users or corporations. They're intended for OEMs that build appliances. So if you want to buy it, the pricing is based on the processor, and you have to be an OEM building an appliance, and you want to buy it, you would reach out to us at that email address on the ticker below, and we'll get you started. There is a legal agreement. You have to agree to only use it on an appliance. And there is a volume upgrade that is available for a home user, but it's very expensive. And it's an upgrade. So you have to have 10 Pro or 11 Pro, and then you have to upgrade to the Enterprise LTSC. And it's very expensive. Most home users aren't going to want to pay that much money. And technically there's a minimum quantity 5, which you're not going to want to buy 5 of them, that's for sure. So there is an option for home users. Super expensive. Not a great option. So next comment is, it's interesting everyone came to the channel for better Windows and everyone would like to buy it legally, but it's not possible. Why even promote this? How many purchase requests have you had for private users in the last 10 days? Well, I've had a boatload of people that are private users wanting to buy it, a lot. But OEM customers that are allowed to buy it, I obviously received a lot of those requests, enough to do a YouTube channel on it and promote the product. So it's one that, again, not intended for home users, but this channel isn't really for home users. So next one is, I'm building a new computer I'll be using for work, digital art, editing, app development, and personal use, gaming, internet browsing, movies. Does it make sense for me to get the LTSC when it's not purely for work? So again, the IoT LTSC is for a fixed appliance, so this would not qualify. But as a home user, you can buy the LTSC, but it's very expensive. And honestly, there wouldn't be any benefits for you to do that for this type of scenario. Again, a lot of users like yourself, including me, I have a gaming system over here, and I have a pinball machine that runs on Windows too. Now this one runs on Windows IoT because it's an appliance. It's a pinball machine. This qualifies. The gaming system just to play video games on would qualify too if I was an OEM building a system that's dedicated to gaming and had a menu system, and I didn't allow me to use the system for something else. If I was going to use that gaming system for surfing the web and digital art, that wouldn't qualify. It would qualify for the volume upgrade, which again is very expensive and usually not worth paying that much money in order to get those benefits of the long-term service. And you're buying the LTSC to get the 10 years of security patches, which is perfect for an appliance, not really for a home user. Next up, this was another weird one that popped up. People were saying that it's only available for 3 months. I think that was kind of tied into the eval version. There is an evaluation version of Windows 11 LTS, IoT Enterprise LTSC 2024. You can search the web and find that eval version, and maybe it's a 90-day eval. So maybe Tough Warrior 8437 was talking about the eval version, but for the legit version, there's nothing to do with a three-month limit. It's it's a good license that'll run forever. Let me glance at the questions real quick. Okay, awesome. Maria put the link in there. Awesome. Yeah, why or when should existing 2019, 2020 users switch to 11? That's a fantastic question, because usually a newer version will surpass the older version within 18 months. Because I've been doing this a long time. I run reports. I'll see, that LTSC 2019 surpassed the 2016 version about 18 months after it launched. For some reason, everybody loved the 19. The 2019 LTSC is our #1 selling product by a huge volume. And that's just because that version based on build 1809 was so reliable and so, it's just a really, really fantastic version. The 2021 came along and added some nice features, but it wasn't quite enough features to get those people to jump from 19 to 2021. So we do sell a lot of 2021, but probably half as much as 19. And by now the 2021 should have surpassed the 19, but it did not. So that shows that everyone was waiting on 2019, and they've been waiting for this new 11 version. Many of our OEMs that are on the 2019 are already testing and have been testing on the 11 LTSC, and will start to make that migration soon. And a lot of that has to do with the hardware life cycle. With the 2019, you get till 2029 life and support. So you still have 5 more years on that product of support, but the hardware starts to become difficult to get the support on. So it's better to move to a newer version. So if you're on 19 now, you really should be looking at 11 and start planning that out. If you're on 2021, you've got a little longer period because you've got till 2032. So you've got a longer 7-year, life cycle to work through. But 11 will get you access to the newer hardware and a lot of the newer features. So again, start doing that testing. Let's look at the next comment, which was, why did they have to put IoT in the name? We don't need every freaking toaster or refrigerator connected to the internet. So again, a lot of users that aren't aware of our entire IoT channel that we obviously do millions and millions of dollars with, that Microsoft has created specifically for connecting your refrigerator and your toaster to the internet. As we all know, everything is now connected, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So obviously Microsoft created an operating system specifically for IoT, and that's what we have here. And again, just another misunderstanding of someone that stumbled across the channel by accident, probably. The next one is, I mentioned this, trusted platform module. Yeah, in the video I called it the threat protection module. Definitely trusted platform module. And then this was a great one too. So Black Mirror 2992 said that he was asking about the sandbox feature not working, and that is absolutely true. So for some reason, the Windows 11 LTSC 2024, the sandbox feature is not working. So Microsoft is working on that now to get that fixed, because it works fine in the LTSC 2021 and the Windows 10 family of products. But out of the box for Windows 11 LTSC, it does not work. So just be aware of that, and I know they're working on updating that. So to wrap up, I was just going to mention the other products that are coming. So the next launches are Server 2025, Server IoT 2025. We still don't have any content or data on that or release time frame, but obviously we do know the name. It is going to be Server IoT 2025. And so that'll be the next big launch. We also have Office LTSC 2024. We do know that is coming as well, but we don't have the content on it yet either. So be prepared for that product. And then lastly, I'll just close by saying is lots of people who have watched the videos, again, trying to buy the product and are home users. One thing I'll say is, again, don't go out to the key sites and buy a key, because a key is not a license. It just enables the product. Now, I know a lot of home users may not care. They just want to activate the operating system. They don't care if it's a license. Some of them probably do care and think that the key is the license. It is not. So make sure that you always buy legit licenses from legit places like Arrow Electronics. So I know, I miss the old name too, Windows Embedded. And I still say Windows Embedded IoT all the time. So I'll combine them, Embedded IoT. But let me mention real quick too, since we're talking about Windows Embedded, Windows 7 Pro for embedded systems. We call FAS 7 for embedded systems. Windows 7, end of life, end of September. So you just have a few months left on that product. So yes, some of our OEMs still buy Windows 7, still ship Windows 7. That product has had a very long life cycle. I wrote a blog on it. The blog will go up live here soon on our Arrow Microsoft website. If you want to get to the Arrow Microsoft website, it's super easy. It's arrow.com/winiot. arrow.com/winiot. Check out our content, lots of blogs, lots of good stuff out there. And with that, I will wrap things up on this live stream. And again, reach out to us for Windows 11 LTSC 2024. Thank you guys.